Hello, this is Arthur again. Today we're going to take a look at my 2013 BMW X5 35i Sport Package. It's been about 4 years since we've owned this car, about 70,000 miles, and I'm going to go over what have I done to it mechanically, what repairs, maybe some cosmetic updates. This car purchased in 2020. It's 69,000 miles on it. Now it has 139,000 miles. It was in very nice condition. The reason why I purchased this specific one because of the options it had and the color combination. I really like this sport activity package with this thick wheels and black accents on it, shadowlight trim. I think this is my favorite trim on the E70. And I didn't want a newer X5, I wanted this one, as if I was to get a newer one, I didn't want to spend too much money in getting a sport one or one of those. So I would rather stick to the older one, but a better package car. Take a quick look at the inside. I've showed this car a few times before, but for those who haven't seen it, it does have quite a bit of options. It has the heated seats all around, heated steering wheel, pedal shifters, head-up display. It has soft closed doors, premium sound system, sunshades in the back. Unfortunately, it doesn't have comfort seats, but overall, it's pretty much perfect packaging that I would want on an X5, especially look-wise. When I got this car, it had a small oil leak from the valve cover gasket. I replaced the gasket and as well as the PCV tube that goes on the valve cover. That was about $100 in parts. As I do all the labor, it doesn't cost me that much. Just need to buy the parts. Then I replaced the brake pads with Akebono pads, as the original ones were dusting a lot and I didn't like that. I just changed the pads to Akebono Euro ceramics. That's usually what I put on all my cars if they're available. Those were $150. And then close to 100,000 miles, I did a big service as the oil pan was starting to leak. Did an oil pan gasket, some of the hoses, water pump, spark plugs, ignition coils, all those things that come around the area. I tried to address most of them at least. That was about $1,100 in parts and fluids. Then shortly, I believe about a year or so, my coolant tank decided to crack, which is very often on these cars, and I went ahead and replaced that. It was about $150 for an original one. Then sometime down the road, my both front CV axle boots started leaking. I replaced both CV axles in the front, and those were about $1,500. They're kind of pricey. I believe one I got from a dealer and the other one I got from online, and it was a little bit cheaper. That's why the price. Then I replaced pulleys, tensioner, belt. It was about $150. I did replace some of the suspension components at about 120,000 miles. I put all new front control arms, tie rods, sway bar, links, as well as Bilstein B8 shocks all around. I did rear sway bar links, bushings. I did all new set of brakes with new pads as the mileage was getting already high, and there was about $2,600 in parts. I did do motor mounts at $300 for both. These are kind of pain to replace motor mounts on these, so there was quite a decent job. Should have probably done it at the oil pan time, but my motor mounts looked really good at that time, so I didn't touch them at that time. Then later, about 130,000 miles or so, my valve cover, I had to replace it because the PCV failed, and there was about $550. Two of my door locks stopped pulling. I believe the driver's side one and this one, and the rear opposite side. What happens is the little bushing breaks off on a pulling mechanism, and it twists and it doesn't pull the door in anymore. I did replace the both locks. They were about $200. It put a new battery in it. It was about 250 or so, original battery. Also, I did do new wheels on it. There's one of my wheels had cracked, and I decided to go with all new four wheels all around, the original. And they were kind of pricey, but I think they're great because they're about $2,700 for four of them. I did go through two sets of Michelin Pilots Sports on this car. They're kind of pricey, but I think they're well worth it as they handle nicely, they're very smooth, and they last a long time. Those were about $3,200 for two sets. Overall, plenty of stuff, but I mean, if you consider that I put 70,000 miles on a car and I drive it pretty hard in all kinds of roads, I do take it to mountains often, snow, yeah, some light trails, as this one is lowered. I don't go too hard on it. My previous X5 wasn't lowered, and I would take it to harder trails. This one, not so much. Overall, I'm very, very, very happy with this car. It performs very nicely, and I spent about 14,500 on it this last 4 years, counting the wheels and tires. Oh, I forgot. I also put a new steering wheel on it, which was $1,300 from the dealer, but it is the M Sport steering wheel that comes on M Sport cars. I gave that vein and I ordered a heated steering wheel. This one has a much nicer leather on it, and you also have to purchase separately this piece that is also leather, and it really made the whole driving experience a lot better. Other than that, I don't think I have replaced anything else on this car. Next would probably be just servicing and keeping up if with any repairs, if anything else is needed. I'm sure I'm forgetting some few things. I did do a transmission service around 110,000 miles, I believe, and I did do differential services on it, as well as I've done oil changes a lot. You know, I do every 5,000 miles oil changes on this on all my cars. So it's been pretty great, and I did put new headlight lenses as well. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. There are more videos to come.